That should be good exposure for your channel.
All right, now we are live now.
Awesome. Do we need
All
to
right,
do like
so
a type of introduction or?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna let everybody right here. Here we go. All right, so I'm here with Kyle Depew, possible #1 out of San Diego. Kyle, how are you doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm good. I appreciate you asking. What for the people that don't know who you are, give us a little background of who you are and kind of what got you into the sport of arm wrestling.
All right, so my name is Kyle Depew, and I've been arm wrestling since 2013, since I was 14 years old. 2014, since I was 14 years old. I competed in my very first tournament at Jamie Sheldon's brewery event, and won my first match in the amateurs at a very young age. Started competing in the amateurs a lot. I was pulling for a while, and then I took a break to go focus on some other things. Got back in at 19 years old, and I've just been going hard ever since because I really want to be good at the sport, and I want to be able to have a positive influence on the sport. I want to be able to create opportunities for people and create opportunities for myself.
Right, I agree. That's so. Real quick, I don't know if you know Mondo, but he just said that he was at the same tournament you went to in Texas last month. Armando.
Lindale. Yeah. That was an awesome tournament. It really was. I mean, there was tons of people there. The tournament, the whole event raised $11,000 for the charity. I believe the partner on that was like the Tyler Arm Wrestling Association, and they do a lot of good charitable work.
And that was the pulling for special kids.
Yep.
Nice. It's always good to do something like that. So you've got something coming up with promoting a tournament and a super match also.
Yeah, so I just got sponsored to pull Alan Fisher, my arm wrestling coach, for a big event in San Diego, November 26th. So that's my next super match. That's like going to be big, but I also have, I do super matches all the time, like practice super matches. But Alan will be my next bid super match. And then after Alan, I don't think I'll accept any more bid super matches where I have to travel anywhere. So it's probably just going to be Tim Lewis, January 15th. So I'll have like 3 months to train for Tim. And training for Tim, I just want to really come in as strong as I can. I'd like to be able to beat Tim in a hook, because I know that's where he's at his strongest. So I view it this way. If I can beat Tim in a hook, then I have a pretty good gauge of where I am in terms of most pullers in North America, because Tim has a lot of power inside. He's getting better too. So beating Tim would definitely mean a lot to me.
Yeah, Tim's definitely a strong guy. I've watched him for a while now. That'll take some serious training to get to that. Not that you can't. It'll be a real good test.
Absolutely.
What about afterwards with that? If you pull Alan Fisher, how are you feeling about that?
I look forward to it. Alan's a very different arm wrestler than my father is, so there's only so much I can read into my recent win on my dad. All I can go off of is that I know I feel pretty good against Alan at practice sometimes, if I'm like well rested. But in a tournament, he's gonna feel a lot stronger. So I just have to get strong. I don't have a lot of time, but I think if I take my prep and everything real serious the next couple of weeks, figure out how I want to pull Alan, I should have a good chance. And it's not the end of the world if I don't beat Alan November 26th. You know, it's just an opportunity to pull someone that I look up to and admire. Win or lose, I'll become a better arm wrestler.
Right, of course. Yeah, I've never met Alan personally. I plan to one day, hopefully. I've heard that he's got like super heavyweight hands.
Oh, his hands are very big. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if you've heard there, Dalton Duncan is wanting to pull
Oh,
him.
Adam Wilmot, right?
Right. He's supposed to pull Adam Wilmot in March. And if he, does good with that, he's wanting to pull Allen after that.
So I'm trying to set up Dalton and Allen, but I know he's already agreed to pull Adam Wilmot, so I think that's where his focus is at this moment. But I mean, win or lose, it'd be cool to see him pull Allen soon after he pulls Adam.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping that he would have pulled Allen this summer, because there was a lot of good events this summer that would have been cool for it. But I just think it wasn't in the cards right now for either me or Dalton to make it happen.
Right. So pulling your dad, I'm going to go on a limb and say you were the underdog.
Oh yeah, I mean, most people viewed my dad as being able to beat a lot of really strong arm wrestlers, and I'm sure he can. I don't doubt my dad in any way. He's got tons of potential for the sport. He's pulled for 12 years. He's super strong, but I just know how to pull him really well, and I knew if I could stop him before he could get me to the pad, then I could hold out. I could make adjustments. I could win, and that's just exactly what happened. So.
Didn't he recently have a super match at the King of Cali?
Yeah, so he pulled Brandon Allen, who is one of the most legendary powerlifters of all time in terms of like raw total. Brandon put up really big numbers for his total in powerlifting before his accidents, and but now Brandon's getting into arm wrestling. He has a super match with Larry Wheels at the King of the Table too.
And you've pulled with Brandon before, correct?
I have. I pulled with Brandon a lot.
How does he feel? He looks, like he is just a strong human being.
He's super strong, and he's getting stronger too. That's the thing. Like, you can't underestimate a guy like that. A guy like Brandon's going to keep getting stronger. I think he's genetically gifted for the sport of arm wrestling, and he takes his training really serious. He takes everything in his life really serious in terms of arm wrestling. So I have no doubt that he's going to become a great arm wrestler. And I do favor him beating Larry Wheels.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some practice pulls. I've seen some of your videos pulling with Brandon, and I don't really know how to gauge nothing from it. But he looks super strong. I'm excited to see it. I believe it'll be one of the more entertaining ones for sure.
It will be. I mean, they're a big match on the event. And honestly, I don't know where Larry's strength is exactly, but I feel like Brandon is gonna be very strong in his shoulder press and in his top roll, which I could see both of those being somewhat dangerous for Larry, because Larry, he needs to get into the hook, and he needs to be able to drag someone over to his side. And as long as Brandon does what he's good at, I feel like Larry's not going to be able to accomplish what he wants. It's very hard to force a hook in arm wrestling if you're not, really, really good. I have a harder time believing that Larry could stop Brandon from getting to his top roll. But who knows? It's going to come down to who's stronger, no matter what. So we'll see.
So do you think Larry has a chance at winning?
I think he does. But the thing is, arm wrestling is unpredictable. So my prediction is that Brandon is either stronger than Larry is, or is becoming stronger than Larry. So that's why I would favor Brandon Allen. But it's hard to say because I don't know how strong Larry is either. So, like Derek Smith, for example, he went out and pulled Larry, and he said Larry felt incredibly strong. But it's still hard to gauge because, you know, there's so many factors. I really feel like we didn't see enough from the match with Schoolboy to really even know where Larry stands right now. We haven't seen Larry go compete in any tournaments. Brandon has competed in a tournament. He competed in a pro tournament in Utah. It was his first tournament he ever competed in. He won the tournament. So for those reasons, I just favor Brandon slightly.
Your match with Tim Lewis.
Yes.
Is there a weight limit that y'all are meeting at, or what are you currently weighing?
No weight cap for that one. We can just come in and comfortable, whatever we like. It should be good. I've been wanting to pull Tim since I was about 16 or so, so I'm just happy I'm finally having the opportunity to get to pull him.
Okay. Dalton Duncan's in the house. What's up, Dalton?
What's up, Dalton?
So speaking of King of the Table 2, what are your thoughts on the big match everybody's talking about mostly, Devin and John?
Devin Lorette. I want to go for John, so I'm gonna say John, and I bet some money on John. Not a big amount, but a small amount. The smart bet would be Devin, but I honestly feel like John does stand a chance, you know?
Yeah, me thinking realistically, you know, I say Devin will win. Now, with the shutout stakes, does Devin get the first 4 pins? I don't know. You know, I don't think
Devin should be favored to win, but it's not impossible. So just for the fact that it is possible that John could win, I'll bet on John.
Yeah,
I'm wrong all the time with my predictions, even when I feel like I have a lot of evidence that supports it. So sometimes I just want to predict and root for someone that maybe they're not favored to win. And John's definitely not favored to win against Devin after what Devin just did to Michael, but still. Because here's the thing. Devin's been arm wrestling a lot. He's been doing a lot of stuff. And the event is coming up quickly. Like, there's not that much time left before them pulling. It seems like John might be a little bit more peaked right now because he's been arm wrestling and competing in arm wrestling, which is honestly the best thing you could do in my opinion. Devin's practicing, but he hasn't competed in a lot of tournaments or any super matches since May, so who knows?
Now I wanted to hit a little bit on this Omega of Ohio.
Yeah, that's Omega of Ohio should be a lot of fun. So that's a promotion that Niles and I are doing together to get him to go up against Joel Huddett, the #1 guy in Ohio for the weight. And it's a good opportunity for Niles to prove himself, to see who's the strongest.
Yeah, we were actually practicing at a gym, and we were watching the I believe the Lindale tournament, and where you pulled Niles and Matt Craig, and Niles looked strong. Like, I never knew about him before, but did he used to be like a bad dude back in the day and kind of took some time off, or?
No, so Niles is somewhat new. I think he pulled Tim Lewis and lost to Tim Lewis around May or April, but he beat Artem around that time. So I had a good idea of where Niles' strength was. Like, I knew he had beaten Artem, he had beaten some other people, he had lost to some good people. But, you know, he took training really serious for 2 months because he was waiting to be able to go to a tournament or for a big super match. He saw the opportunity. He called me out, challenged me to arm wrestle him. I accepted the challenge knowing that he was probably favored to win. and I knew it was going to be a tough match because even though I was slightly more known than he was, he's just really freaking strong. So I knew that was going to be a hard one, and I didn't have a lot of time to train for it or anything, but I'm happy I took that match because Niles is a great guy, or a great dude, and I enjoy pulling people that are stronger than myself because it's only going to make me better.
Dalton Duncan says, hit Tim outside of the shoulder and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Disconnecting him from the shoulder would definitely help. Otherwise, he's just going to, it's going to become a battle of endurance too, because I'm a very endurance-styled arm wrestler, but I don't know if I want to go inside with Tim and be on his side of the table. I'd rather control center line and get him outside his shoulder, because if I'm anywhere like where I was with my dad, it's gonna be a long day for me. Tim seems like he can pull for a very long time.
Now I'll tell you a match that I saw you pull that really impressed me here recently. I believe it was either the Olympia or Worlds, but Danny Gillian.
Yeah, so I beat Danny Gillian fresh at Worlds.
That's impressive because Danny, I believe he's got a lot of championships.
Yeah, he was the former West Coast PAF champion. So that was a great win for me. I'm honored to have had the opportunity to pull him, and it was a great day. I wish I could have done better in the tournament overall, but what was really nice about that match was that I was able to catch him.
You made it look pretty easy.
Yeah. Oh, but he was strong. It wasn't like I could just tear right through him or anything. I had to be smart and technical with it, make the appropriate adjustments.
So, who do you think, in your opinion, right now, are the best up and comers? And we'll go with supers, since that's a majority of people there's a lot of controversy about.
Mega Mike is not a super, but he could be a super if he really wanted to. He's probably one of the best up and comers in North America. He's about to pull Jordan Sill on November 20th. So that's a guy to look out for.
I didn't realize he wasn't a super.
No, yeah, he's like 240, 245. So depends what your definition of a super. Some people are 242 and plus. So he's kind of like in the range where I feel like I can call him a super, but I guess he's trying to stay lighter so that he can pull in that lighter weight class. But he's freakishly strong. Corey West, Derek Smith. They're the up and comers of North America. But then, of course, Chance Shaw. He's getting ready to pull Efi over in Europe for the event with Indian Terzi. So, man, is that 4 or 5? We got Mega Mike,
Derek,
Corey West, Derek Smith, Chance Shaw. All right, one more. Who's another super that is coming up pretty quickly? Well, Pork Chop's a really hot prospect right now. He just dominantly beat
Ian Carnegie.
That was a huge win for him. I think Pork Chop was not favored to win by most people on that one, so that was a good win. I'd like to see Pork Chop face off against Mega Mike.
Yeah, and Lachlan versus Todd Hutchings.
Lachlan versus Todd Hutchings is going to happen soon, I think, as soon as COVID and whatnot is no longer an issue. Man, we kind of forgot about all that hype too, because for a while they had a big money bet match going on. I wonder if they're going to stay true to that. They were like each betting like $30,000 or something.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
So I believe, from what I've heard, I believe Lachlan's okay to travel because he's vaxxed.
Mm.
I think the only problem is if you're not and you leave, when you come back, it's like a 2 week quarantine. And so uh, I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. But Wayne Withers, what about Wayne Withers? Oh, up and comer. Yeah, he's done really well in the past 2 years that I've known. It could have been a little longer, but
Mhm.
he's had big wins on Matt Mask. He pulled Chance at the Olympia.
Olympia.
I'm not sure on the context on that. I believe Chance had an injury, but yeah, Wayne Withers is a bad dude, huge dude.
Yeah, yeah. Wayne's really good. I'd like to see Derek pull Wayne Withers.
Yeah, Derek's been coming up fast. Derek's a beast. I think that I would take Derek in that one. Uh,
I would too. I would never
yeah,
bet against Derek against most people. So I'll definitely say that I think Derek wins that convincingly because
I love the intensity he
people
brings.
people
Like,
people are people are gonna know pretty soon just how strong Derek really is.
yeah, I believe he has a match with Tim Bresnan sometime.
Yeah. Then January, I believe, January or February, around that time.
A lot of people think he can win it.
It's a good opportunity for him. They'll get him put on the map in terms of the worldwide rankings if he can win.
Now, besides your future super matches you have coming up, uh, as far as rankings or as far as just wanting to put your name out there even more, is there anybody that you would want to pull besides those two that you have coming up that you think would uh, set you a good foot in the arm wrestling world?
I'd really like to pull Bill Logston at a weight of like 200 pounds or 198. I think that's a good match for me stylistically. Um, I'd love the opportunity to pull him. I just need to get a lot stronger.
Yeah, Bill's a bad dude. What did you think of his match with Justin?
I was hoping that Bill would win, but I knew Justin was favored to win, honestly, just based on who Justin is, you know.
Yeah.
I truly thought that Bill stood a chance, but I guess in terms of just where Justin's at, Justin's just a little too strong, you know. I wouldn't stand a chance against either of them in my current form, but I think if I had the time to train, I do better against Bill.
Yeah. And guys, to everybody that's watching, I'm gonna drop the link to Kyle's YouTube down in the description. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to that. He's got some good training content out there.
Thanks, man. I'm really trying to train hard and do anything I can to get ready for all these opportunities.
Mondo says, I had the honor to pull Danny and Lindale. I love the setup. He just got the hit on me. Yeah, Danny's an experienced puller.
Nasty hit. Nasty hit. I barely caught that before the pen pad.
And two more matches I want to get your input on. One that's already happened, the Corey West and Toddzilla match. Did that go as you
Yep.
expected, or?
Well, I say a lot of things sometimes for social media because there's someone I want to win. But truthfully, I knew Todd was favored to win. I knew he would probably win, but I really want to root for the younger guys. So I told a lot of people that I wanted to see Corey West win, and I explained how Corey West could have won. But in reality, part of me knew that Todd was probably going to win. But it was exactly how most people I think thought it would go. It's still a good match though. I really wish Corey wouldn't have done what he done or did what he did and just pinned. I think honestly, in a super match, if you have the ability to control someone, you should take them to your side and try to bleed them out. You know, I guess it depends on your style, but I feel like Corey exposed himself a little too much, and then in the second round, he wasn't able to do exactly what he did again. So if he had taken Todd over and then burned Todd in there, then I think it would have been a different match. But
Do you think he was nervous? Maybe about the bicep?
No, I don't think that was a factor. I thought about that, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't nervous. I think he just got a little too excited and he let too much out. But if he had calmed down a bit and thought about what he wanted to do to Todd Moore in the first round, then I think he would have been able to win. But Todd Hutchins is a legend for a reason, you know. He's calm, calculated, and he takes advantage of everything. So it was a tough match for Corey, and I think Corey did his best. So very proud of him.
All right, and John has said that he would pull Todd Hutchings. How do you think that would go? Would you have to wait and see how he goes against Devin, or do you think you can make an?
Well, if he loses to Devin, then
Ike Ford's in the house.
It's hard to know. It's hard to know where John's at right now. I'd want to say John, but truthfully, I mean, Todd Hutchings should be favored to win based on the recent wins that Todd has.
I agree.
And the straps, not a lot of people are beating Todd.
Yeah, it's just, you know, you got that thing that sits in your mind. It's just hard to bet against John. Like I said the other night, John could be 70 years old and you would be like, you know, it's hard. You don't know.
Yeah.
Ike Ford, Georgia Arm Fight says he's driving from practice listening. Well, I appreciate it, Ike. Don't wreck now. Do you know Ike Ford?
Yeah, I know Ike Ford, I believe. I can't picture what exactly he looks like, but I think we've either talked before or I've seen his stuff on Facebook.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
And the last match I wanna get your opinion on. I kind of want to see if it's the same as mine. Dan Mosier and Rustam Babayev.
I like to root for North Americans, but that's a tough match for Daniel, I think.
Yeah, I'm not going to judge totally based off of the Irakli match because I believe Irakli and Rustam are two totally different style of pullers. But I just think Rustam, you know, is going to be too strong. Maybe Dan's new style of training.
What's the weight for that match?
What's that?
Do you know the weight for that match? Is it like 205?
If I had to say, it would probably be somewhere around 200, 205. I don't think it's 209. Yeah. But maybe his new style of training that he says he's doing, you know, I hope he wins. You know, I'm like you. I root for all of our guys. But I just don't see it happening, you know.
Yeah. We'll see. Is that going to be on Team Stable too?
I think that one is a PAL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
I haven't been able to keep track of all the super matches recently that the PAL is doing, so it's probably why it didn't sound familiar. But what's the time frame on that one?
January.
January, so that's coming up pretty soon.
Now, what can we do to get you down to Alabama? How much does it cost?
I'm not sure. I'll have to figure that out. I'd love to come down, so we'll definitely talk about it.
It's always good.
Been really with my buddy Dalton. Because Dalton and I have never really talked in person, but we've talked online for a bit now.
Yeah, Dalton's a trip. Yeah, it would be nice to get you down. It's always good to have.
I played a super match in February in Alabama, but the guy ended up having to well, he wasn't able to do it because he had a prior commitment he didn't know about. But he had challenged me. I accepted the challenge, but it just didn't work out.
Who was that, if you don't mind me asking?
I forget the name, honestly. It was so long ago. It was like a month or so ago. Lots happened. Hard for me to keep track.
Ike Ford says Ryan Bath and David Hobbs are feeling strong. Yeah, I hadn't seen Ryan in a while. Last time I felt him, he felt strong. And I know Hobbs is strong. Hobbs is one of those ones that brings intensity to the table too. It's always fun to watch him pull. So I left one out. I left one match out. Michael Todd and Gennady.
Michael Todd.
Yes, finally somebody. So now what's your score?
Gennady could win the first one. I think Michael Todd will win the rest.
So yesterday and the day before, I said at the worst, it'll be 5-1 Michael. I said Gennady may get the first pin, but after that, it's over. If Michael stops it the first round, 6-0.
Yeah. I think Michael is going to be really training hard for that one. I don't think Michael is going to want to lose another match after losing to Devin. So definitely. I think he's going to perform. That's just way too much for Gennady.
Well, Kyle, that's about all I got. Ike's laughing. What you got against Mike? Oh, he said, who's Michael Todd? What you got against Michael Todd, man? Is it the King's move? Is it because of me? Second best King's mover in the world. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but that's as far as my right arm goes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's never broke it, never, no surgeries, nothing like that. It's just that's how it's always been. And Ike don't want to mess with that. He knows that. But man, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come join us. It was fun hearing your input on some things and the promotions you're doing and the stuff you're doing for the sport. It doesn't go unnoticed.
Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I'd love to get out to Alabama soon so I could train with you and train with Dalton, train with everyone. I've never been there, so
yeah,
cool.
You always got a place to stay here when you come, brother.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
So hopefully we can get you back on here one day. When you get some.
Let's do another two. Maybe right before the Alan Fisher match.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah,
Dalton says, I'll see you guys later. He says, great input on some matches, Kyle.
Hey, thanks, Dalton. Thanks for tuning in.
So that concludes this. I really appreciate you. Like I said, we'll get you back on here before your Alan Fisher match and see how much stronger you've got and how you feel about it then.
Yeah, I hope to be a lot stronger by then. So should be fun. Got a lot of time to train. I'm pulling Horacio, also known as Hercules, on Sunday, one of Derek Smith's strongest teammates. So we'll see how I do against him. And I'll just keep training.
Well, all the best of luck to you, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
like I said, guys, I'm gonna drop his link to his YouTube in the description. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to that and check out some of his stuff. And we will see you later, my man. I appreciate you joining.
Yep. See you later. Have a good one.
You too, buddy.